Welcome back.
Okay, hello everybody. Welcome back to youtube.com/this channel. Today we're going to be looking at Sakura.
You gotta stop doing
that. I did that in last episode too.
Yeah, I know.
Sakura's death.
She's dead.
So we're going to check the Monokuma file that we got in the last one.
The victim was Sakura Ogami. The time of death is estimated to be around 12 noon. The body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the school. There was evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted.
Interesting.
However, it seems at some point the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood.
So, like, poison. Monokuma file number 4 has been added. I think the case this time might be a challenge.
Why's that?
So...
The only way into the rec room is the door we just came through. And that door had been jammed shut with the chair from inside the rec room. Which means the killer would have had to escape somehow after barring the door.
So if the door is blocked from the inside and there was no way in or out until we broke the window...
Hey, the window is broken. Maybe they used that.
There's like Zero Escape, right? That's actually a reference. Another game that will eventually play Zero Escape.
Interesting.
I like Zero Escape a lot, but it's also very, very long.
In other words, this is a classic locked room murder.
Locked room murder?
Yes, like those novels. Are you familiar with Ellery Queen?
I guess you might see this kind of thing in a lot of mystery movies or books or whatever.
So Toko would know how to do it.
But could it really happen in real life? She doesn't write those books. Byakuya would know. He was reading the murder mystery.
All of those.
And right before our very eyes like this?
Hey.
Are you curious to hear more about a locked room murder entails?
Sure, if you don't mind.
Well, if there's usually a murder and the room is locked. Does that clear it up?
That's fine.
When you break down this kind of murder mystery, there are 4 basic types. Earth, air, fire, and water. First type is when the locked room is created after the actual crime is committed. That simply means the killer commits his crime, then through some special method seals the room. This mainly involves some sort of trick involving the locking of the room. Basic approaches include using a string or simple mechanism. There are a number of variations.
So for that, all we'd have to do is check the door to see if that's what it was, right?
Correct.
The second type is when the locked room already exists before the crime is committed.
Oh?
In other words...
Basically, the killer uses a special contraption or tool from the outside to target the victim inside. That would be an interesting way that this could go. You push a switch and it fires a handgun, you shoot an arrow through a gap in the door, something like that.
Not nearly as complicated as this series can get. Trust me, some of the murders in later games are like, oh my gosh.
But in this case, that doesn't seem to fit.
I'll go on this rant again eventually.
There are no guns or arrows in the school, except for like the giant Gatling guns that are just
yeah, no, that's fine.
And the door doesn't have any gap that would allow it.
Yeah, I think we can probably cross that one off the list.
It's true.
The third type is when the killer stays in the room until it's opened up.
What do you mean by that?
In other words...
They stay hidden. When the door is opened, they use the confusion to blend in with the group. They pretend they showed up along with everyone else, and that's that.
That sounds like it could have been possible, maybe.
It's true.
And the fourth and final type is when it wasn't actually a locked room at all. Yeah, this one wasn't locked, there was just a chair.
In other words...
By that I mean, there actually is an alternate escape route somewhere within the room. That's what I kind of assumed would be the case. I have played Among Us. I know how venting works.
I've not played Among Us yet.
But I feel like, I don't know, all of those seem too, like, basic. Like, too clearly like, oh yeah, that's probably what happened. They weren't hiding in the room, because Hina was outside and then got everyone else.
Yeah.
Nobody shot her. Suffered a blow to the head, so there could be some kind of contraption, but like, you see this a lot in novels and things, but in reality it's generally not possible.
Do you think we can cross that one off too?
Indeed.
I believe so, yes. So when it comes to locked room mysteries, those are the basics.
So there are 4 possibilities. Then, Kyoko, which of the 4 choices seems most likely in this case?
It's true.
That's a good question. Answering that should be our primary focus during this trial.
No, like I was asking...
But right now, I can't really say.
Oh, okay.
Maybe if I had somebody to, like, make out with, it would help.
I see. Sakura's right. No. The way the killer set up the locker... I'm sorry, I'd like to personally apologize for that one. Until I figure that out, the truth behind Sakura's death will stay hidden. It's definitely a tough mystery. I need to concentrate and investigate as much as I can.
It's okay, just concentrate.
For Sakura, if nothing else.
Oh, hey!
Boingo, oingo boingo, here's our friends.
I don't know if I'm gonna talk first.
What the heck?
We already know who did it. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It had to be one of them.
You don't know. Then you don't know.
They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more.
Smart.
Then let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all 3 of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here in the rec room.
That's kind of important.
What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she told me... She said she'd left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon, the Monokuma file said she died right around then. I'm telling you the truth, I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her.
So I hit her really hard in the back of the head.
But she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I'd stopped her by force even, this never would have happened.
What if this is like a staged suicide?
Mm-hmm.
Like Sakura was like, I'm drawing a line. Maybe she was like, I might hurt somebody here that I don't want to hurt. Maybe eliminate the threat, you know? I don't know where she'd hit her head from, but...
Alright. Hina. It's impossible not to have regrets, I know.
Also impossible to stop Sakura by force.
Just throw that one out there. But the fact that she had asked those three to meet with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time and place she ended up dying. It might be good to confirm what I just heard with the three of them directly.
Yeah.
What?
What do you want? You're bothering me.
There's something I'd like to talk to you about.
Make it quick.
Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room?
So you found out. Interesting. It's not like I wasn't here to listen to that.
Then it's true?
I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster?
So you didn't go see her?
Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all.
Byakuya says you didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact.
I don't have reason to believe that he's lying. Because he hasn't before. He just doesn't tell us the whole truth, you know?
Come on.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight.
Okay, thanks. Byakuya's account or whatever.
Maybe she lost and got tilted.
Gosh.
Sorry.
Maybe she won and her opponent got tilted.
There you go. But for Sakura to have been killed.
Yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
It's true.
And she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand?
They must have taken her by surprise, right?
Certainly.
They would have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her. Okay, so let's take a look at some stuff. Let's do the actual investigating.
This looks like some kind of wrapper.
The M&M?
That's... Do you recognize it, Hina?
Well,
Yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper.
Why would you give it to her?
Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little.
Like, did you give her the candy?
Just the candy, yeah.
Okay.
No, she gave her candy.
What's that? What's
So
the
you
wrapper
gave that
mean?
candy to Sakura.
Okay, I should read.
I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room.
Fair enough.
I made sure nobody else could get their hands on them. You really like them that much?
because, I mean...
But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now they've lost all their flavor. Hina. Nice!
Poison candy.
There are shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura was sitting on. The glass is all red, and these are the top and bottom sections of a bottle, right? So this must have originally been a bottle.
With a top and a bottom. Glass shards on the floor.
Huh? There's something else on the ground near the glass.
Pretty a great indie band name.
It's a figure. It fits in the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure.
It's the Monokuma figure!
I love my horsey. Figure on the floor.
Alright. There's a bit to look at with her.
There's a lot to look at in this room.
Yeah, there's a lot to take in.
Sakura drew her last breath sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of a blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally I wouldn't have any problem believing that that's what killed her. But according to the Monokuma file, she also had vomited blood. And I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So what would have caused her to vomit blood?
I mean, I'm no doctor, but I feel like a strong enough blow to the head would have that effect to some degree.
I'm not 100% sure what the actual answer is, but I agree it could. Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries.
Status of her body.
Maybe getting hit on her head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood?
Like, that's a... not a chance. Okay, never mind.
Byakuya.
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on a most interesting location.
Interesting.
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting. Don't you agree?
It's a dead body. No, I don't think I'd call it interesting, but it does make me wonder. The The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died.
Yeah, I'd argue. Alright, let's look at the blood that I assume she vomited.
There's a blood stain in front of the magazine shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? Magazine shelf blood stain.
Okay, yeah, like my gut is saying that this was like a suicide. That's where I'm at.
There are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf.
Oh, gotcha.
I love chess. And inside each bottle, there's some kind of Monokuma figure. What I'm wondering is, how'd they get those figures inside the bottle?
Wait, yeah, what?
It's like the ship in the bottle thing.
Yeah.
So,
It's no different from your standard ship in a bottle.
Huh?
You know, where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside. How do they do that?
I think they make the bottle around the ship.
Legendary.
Yeah, I think they literally glass. I'm not 100% sure, but if you've seen them like make stuff out of glass, they can do some wild stuff with it.
Oh, yeah. You've never seen that?
Oh, yeah, maybe I have.
in other words,
So this is the Monokuma version of that. A Monokuma bottle, if you will.
Wow, we're so good at naming things. I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things, little by little.
We haven't quite looked at the bookshelf yet.
The Monokuma bottle's sitting on the shelf. The Monokuma figure we found on the ground. The red shards of glass, which probably started out as a bottle. Which would mean Sakura must have been hit in the head with a Monokuma bottle, right? The shards of glass in the Monokuma figure are evidence of that.
Okay.
So I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was the weapon.
A weapon. It's not safe to say it's the only weapon.
That same shelf full of magazines. There's all different kinds of magazines here.
Hifumi would love it. Okay, have I looked at everything?
No.
Over on the right side of the room?
No.
Heck. Is this not the exit?
No, that's a locker.
Okay, I just assumed it was the door.
Huh, the locker's open, and they're on the inside. It's a handprint?
why?
What's a handprint doing here?
It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and it left a handprint in all the dust.
It's true.
It looks quite fresh, too. Unlike Sakura.
Okay.
I'd say someone was hiding here in the locker, and they left behind a little something extra.
So then, maybe the killer hid in here until the locked room was open, don't you think? And during all the confusion, they popped out and just joined the rest of the group.
Sorry if I zone out ever. I'm trying to...
No, I figured you were thinking.
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility.
And I will tell you right now, we probably won't get to do the trial today.
I figure.
But we could start Monday with it.
Yeah.
Just right off the bat.
Cool.
So you could have a whole weekend to do your thinking.
Yeah.
Why not?
Hey,
Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right?
Oh, yeah, and the locker was already open at that point. Which, if it was a video game, I would not have noticed that.
Yeah.
Like, I would have been like, I have no idea. Until after we opened the
There's
door.
no way we could have hidden in there until after we opened the door.
Yeah, so then, what does this handprint mean? Did someone play patty cake with the locker? Okay, like, I know it wasn't the best joke, but I need some, like...
Sorry.
No, it's fine, it's fine.
I'd be thinking.
Just kidding. There's some kind of plastic container rolling around the entrance to the room.
so
It's like a protein drink, and it's empty.
Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein. Why didn't she marry it? And she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments.
Not all of them. Am I right? Okay.
wrong.
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you.
I know. But still, this protein can.
It can what?
It's got a label on it that says Chem A2. You sunk my battleship. That reminds me. Sakura mentioned how the Chem Lab had all kinds of health stuff.
I don't know if that was even gonna get picked up.
I'm sure it did.
It
It's
was a
fine.
good one.
So she must have gotten this from the Chem Lab. You don't have to validate
Just
my
a
dumb
second.
jokes, though.
But that's
it was
strange.
part of a joke. What is?
Hey,
You see what's scattered around the can? I assumed that was the broken window.
Shards of light blue. Oh, yeah, shards of light blue glass. They must be parts of the window I broke to get inside.
correct.
But they aren't just scattered around the can, they're also underneath it.
Why does that matter?
So,
I can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take note of it. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on.
Important clue. I'm not sure I see how. Empty protein drink.
Huh.
I think all you have to look at left is the door. Maybe the chair. The chair was shoved up against the doorknob so we couldn't get the door open. No evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it. I think you have to look at the door.
Oh.
And then I think that's it. This door is the only way in or out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock, and there's no evidence that the mountings have been tampered with.
That's a very clean, like, window removal.
Yeah. The only notable change to the door is the smash. I mean, I imagine it said it was one clean strike, but in reality, you'd want to get all the shards of glass out of there if you're gonna stick your arm in. Which happened, of course, when I broke it to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used on the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Wait, someone broke it! Having
Was that the
examined,
killer?
having examined both the door and the chair.
Kyoko!
There's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. And there was no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created the locked room from the inside, not from the outside. So maybe that's what it was. It wasn't that the chair was too heavy, it was that it was blocking the doorknob, so you couldn't kick the door open.
Alright.
Listen.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think so, for the most part.
I just zoned out and
That's fine.
What is it important?
So
She just said,
then,
are you done with your initial investigation?
Okay. Then you should probably go talk to people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
listen to me.
Which is why I've decided you'll go in my place.
Nice. She's decided? She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. But she's right, I do have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say. Leave the area? Yes.
Alright. Should I warp?
You should check the map, probably. Oh, the other 2
Never
went back to their
mind.
rooms. Never mind.
Go.
It's like you can always check the map to see where people are.
I'm glad it's a strict. Could you please, Makoto?
What?
Makoto, chill. It's so hard to control.
Yeah.
It's so finicky. Like, I tell him to go forwards, and then he just wobbles all around.
You can move the camera with the right stick.
And I can move the camera, but it's not going to change the fact
It
that
changes
Makoto.
which direction you're walking.
Yeah, but it doesn't change the fact that Makoto walks like a snake coming home from
Okay.
the bar.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. That was a clever one. Hi, Junko. Remember Junko?
Not really.
Me.
She didn't have much of a character arc.
I pressed the doorbell,
Who is it gonna be?
and after a few seconds,
Oh, it's the cutie.
Who's there?
Joe.
Joe who?
Joe Mama! The most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay.
Well, what do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around
That's
anymore.
not polite.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
Couldn't tell.
She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Makoto, there is someone murdered. You don't
Monica-
ask if it's a bad time.
Monokuma can also just be like, alright, trial time whenever he wants.
I mean, yeah. Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hall.
She's not
We're
the only
snakes
snake.
together! People call Sayaka a snake. Just for the record, I want to address this. People in the fandom refer to Sayaka as a snake because she was trying to betray you and whatnot. Except she's not. She's the pretty and perfect girl, and you can all fight me, and that's going to be really loud.
Yep. You said you wanted to talk to me about something?
I wanted to talk about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you.
Well,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Byakuya already told me she'd asked to meet with him.
What? She wanted to meet with Master too? I just said two, didn't I? I guess now it's totally obvious, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. So, can you tell me about it?
I admit I did get the note, but I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go.
Toko claims she didn't go see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact.
Is that good enough? I'm gonna go to bed now because I'm yawning.
With that, Toko quickly retreated into her room.
Slithered inside.
Toko's kind of
Okay. Chiro, Celeste. I should have learned this by now, you'd think.
No, you really don't need to know where people's rooms are for the most part.
Leon. Yasuhiro, awesome.
I pressed the doorbell,
Ding dong.
and after a few seconds,
You know?
what's up, Makoto? Did you need something?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I just wanted to check something.
You like Imagine Dragons?
Someone did that to me on stream. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you. What? How'd you know about that?
Could it be?
What? Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened in you? But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too.
What? When did Sakura tell you that?
Oh, well,
Right before I killed her.
when she asked me to meet with her, of course.
But didn't she write you a note?
Yeah, no, she
How about that?
she gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention the others, like in passing.
I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious.
Yeah, he's not making a great case for himself.
So then you went and met with Sakura.
Got it all wrong.
No way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that?
Yeah, definitely suspicious.
Actually,
The last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt and I took her to the nurse's office.
don't look at me.
I haven't seen her since then.
While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you?
Do I still have it? Let's see.
Hiro was feeling around in his pockets.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, looks like I don't have it anymore.
With a big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hiro's pocket. It was a knife! Huh?
Fluttered to the ground just slowly. What the heck?
What?
Quick as a wind, Hiro snatched it back up again and shoved it back into his pocket.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out.
Trash?
What?
Anyway, I can't deny that Ogre asked to meet with me, but I never went. So, well, if you'll excuse me.
Before waiting for a reply, Hiro quickly slipped back into his room. Hiro said that was just trash, but there's no way that's all there was to it.
Okay, this is the second trial in a row where he's been the obvious one you're supposed to be suspicious of.
Yeah. It's almost like he's just an idiot.
Yeah.
That's kind of it. Okay, so I've heard from Toko and Hiro. What next? I'll definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should find more out about the protein can we found on the floor in the rec room. I'm sure it must have come from the chem lab. So where should I start?
Are you dumb?
Where do you want to start?
Go to the freaking chem lab.
Chem lab or the trial, the murder room?
Oh.
Those were his two options he gave you. Well, you're on the wrong floor.
I don't know what floor it's on. It's
Well,
on
it's
the third.
on the fourth floor. You did it. Look
Chem
at
lab! Matt, I found it!
you. Good job, Danny.
Makoto? It's so hard to control. I just look like an idiot, but
I mean, I don't know, it's whatever.
What?
Makoto, did you have your eye on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. I'd hate
Are
to
you
have to
try-
have chemistry with you.
Yeah, I got it.
I think what you meant to say was, yes, sir, I understand. Okay.
Thanks,
Mr.
Byakuya.
Byakuya. Byakuya, we taught you can't. We have bathrooms for a reason.
Oh my gosh. This isn't my first time seeing the shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. I should probably take a closer look at it. It looks like the three shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf.
Huh?
But more important right now, where's Psych? What's the powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step in it.
Why don't you look at it? Oh, so well, somebody wasn't.
These are footprints, and they're only in front of the left shelf?
How do those footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan.
By we, do you mean me?
How kind of you to offer. That was smooth.
With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen.
It's just, do you think I'm cute? Yes or no?
What?
Well, let's go, chop chop.
The
I gotta
answer's
get.
yes.
The prom is this weekend. We can't waste time.
Okay. But I was going with Kyoko, I forgot her
What,
name,
one
so I
of
got to work. And before long I drawn up this floor plan or whatever. So how's it, what? What?
Like, it's not a bad floor plan by any means.
It's artistic.
It's just it portrays like idiocy so well.
I love it.
Not bad for you, I mean.
For me?
I see.
So when you look at it like this, interesting. It would appear that whoever left those footprints only had business at the leftmost shelf. They came in, went straight to that shelf, did whatever they had to do, then left. That's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be...
It's certainly possible.
Makoto, are they yours?
No!
What?
Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself.
I couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya said. I showed feet.
Dang, Makoto, you got some big feet. You know,
He does
that-
not, he has tiny feet.
You know what? I see. Your feet do appear to be too big.
Oh, never mind.
Unfortunately, I must admit these are not your footprints. I don't know if I could handle it.
Unfortunately?
But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to.
Then these prints are a really valuable clue.
But probably not Hero, because Hero's
Bigger than Makoto?
which is what the footprints are. I was thinking they were...
No, he said that Makoto's feet were too big.
He did? Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what he said.
So it was Toko. Or Kyoko. Or Hina. Probably Hina.
I mean, you also think about the shoes that they wear. You don't pay attention?
Don't know what shoes they wear.
I
Kyoko
pay
has
attention.
heels.
She has like boots with heels,
Yeah.
yes. So does Toko. There's a bunch of yellow patterns scattered around the foot. Not boots, but like
Yeah,
heels.
I was gonna say they're not
I
like...
better not leave a footprint.
Okay.
Toko wears the female equivalent of grandpa shoes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like loafers.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where all the powder came from?
I don't know, Sherlock. Figure it out.
It looks like the bottle had a label on it. Chem C4.
It's a C4. Get out of there. Would you like to hear something interesting?
Okay.
When octopuses,
I was literally
Mate.
thinking octopuses.
when octopuses mate, I believe the male will actually rip off its penis and throw it at the female.
So Makoto,
I was on
you
the
know what
fourth
that
floor.
means. Rip
Hand
it
it
off.
Okay.
This is the worst joke we've ever made. All
I
right.
was on the fourth floor this morning checking things out, and at that point, this room wasn't like this.
Keep going. I'm just checking. Then this powder must be. It must have been spilled. Ah, I'm
Ooh,
glad I
we
checked.
are red. The
glad I checked.
background is green.
This
now we're
freaking
pale.
light is coming
Background
through.
is seen.
So
Awesome.
in other words,
Okay.
That's right. It could only have been around the time.
No,
of
we're
the
just gonna do this for a
incident.
bit. If that really is when it happened, it must be related to the case somehow. Nope, it's
Oh!
already okay. So, give us a second here. Ah, that should carry us through at least the investigation.
That's fair.
Maybe.
I will not move.
We're back.
Source of the powder has been added to the truth bullet section of my handbook.
It's fine.
Don't worry
nothing
about it.
to
Our
fall
setup
over.
is falling. If it does, you'll know.
I should probably take a good hard look at that powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor in front of the shelf. There's also the remains of a broken bottle. Looks like the bottle is labeled Chem C4. Also, it looks like someone left the footprint. Did we already do this?
He's just summarizing it.
Oh, based on the positioning of the prints, whoever it was only went to the left side of the shelf.
Why is he saying it again?
You might have clicked on it again. According to Byakuya, the powder event was spilled right around the time of the incident.
He's just summarizing all of them.
That's all I can tell for now.
Footprints in the powder. Gonna be a great novel.
Sick.
A, B, or C?
Which door?
New
Behind
car.
door C is... One look and I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number. And a skull. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section C.
Behind number B.
So on this shelf is... It looks like a bunch of chemicals that I have no idea what they are.
They're reagents.
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 I didn't know how to say it either, but they say it during the trial, and it's like, ah.
They're reagents. Put simply, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction.
I was like waiting. I was like, how's he gonna say this word?
How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It must truly be a bliss.
Isn't that kind of harsh?
what?
What, you think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world?
That's
The words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you well.
Wow, I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number. So I guess I consider this part of the shelving unit Section B. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here. In which case, I don't think I have to worry too much about this shelf.
Okay. This one. This one's just a regular spice cabinet.
Well, let's see, what's on this shelf? There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from this shelf. All the containers on this shelf, all of them, are labeled with the letter A and a number.
Wait a gosh darn second. That one with the red on it doesn't have a number on it.
So I guess I consider this part of the shelving unit Section A. But wait!
There's more.
There's one bottle here labeled Ken C9. Could someone have put it here on accident? I should try and find out more about this shelving unit.
Okay.
It looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A has dietary supplements, Section B has reagents, and Section 3 has lethal chemical. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A. But what concerns me is that in Section A, there was a bottle with a label from Section C. What was a bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on there.
Yeah, there's a murder.
Chem lab shelf.
Okay, here we go.
If I take a good look at the chem lab, maybe we should take another look around the REM room.
I haven't
Rem
gotten some
room.
good sleep lately.
Lec room.
I need to get to the REM room.
REM flume. I'm tired.
Yeah, let's go to the rec room.
I get to start a job next week probably. That starts at 5 a.m.
Next week, like it's not 2022 by the time this airs. Rec room's on the 3rd floor.
Correct.
So nice of them to let me warp right
You're
there.
getting good at map using. I like it.
Is this the rec room? Yes,
Yes,
it is. Hey, I can see through the window, kind of.
Hey,
So, Makoto, how's your investigation going?
Byakuya asked me to take off my... I told Kyoko what Toko and Hiro had told me.
I see.
I see. So, along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. But it's all too convenient. Someone must be lying.
Someone's lying.
Anyway.
Well, I've made some progress of my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These 3 things revealed new clues. You do well to look them over one more time. Thank you for telling me.
Yeah, no, she's pretty... This one's pretty streamlined, which I appreciate. It's not like the last case where they're like, go to the 2nd floor, go to the 3rd floor, go to the 2nd floor, up to the 3rd floor.
hated the last
Shifumi's dead. Wait to the 3rd floor.
Now he's gone!
According to Kyoko, there's still something that needs to be discovered from Sakura's body.
No,
I
not
also
this
forgot,
again.
This is kind of a short one.
Is it?
Like, this might be done in this episode.
Just a second.
Just staring off into space and sipping your water isn't going to help you figure anything out.
Oh, yeah, well, I know, but... It was a
Hey.
visual gag.
Thank you. I thought you were going to drink water when you were supposed to talk and then make fun of me. Don't you think that you might need to actually examine the body? No, come on. Just tell me. Last time you did this, it was bad.
It was transphobic.
There's
a
no
little bit.
getting around it.
And also just weird. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. I'm glad she was unemotional and not like, oh yeah, let's go. It's the kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Although there are still some times.
Think back.
I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
It's true.
That's totally normal.
Then how can you...
So.
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past.
What?
Sorry, never mind.
What?
Of
No!
course. More importantly.
You can't sorry, never mind that!
More importantly. Where's Sayaka? Look here.
Her shoes?
It looks like she peed on him. Isn't it funny?
She's got dainty little feet.
She has like...
Like, Sakura's feet look really small in this picture.
This looks like a hoof. like from like a... She's a satyr.
She's a minotaur.
Examine her body closely. It's like,
You
what?
might notice some horns sticking out of her head. See that yellow... Oh, that's you.
See that yellow powder on her instep?
Yeah, it really stands out.
What did you just call me?
Also, does her shoes say Sakura? I can't tell.
It didn't. That powder is clue number 1. Oh yeah, it definitely does.
Wait, is that her dying message?
Is that... Yeah, I told you. That's who killed her.
Is that...
Hey.
075... There's no letters that correspond to that.
Next is the wound to her head.
It's
Look
true.
carefully. Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot, so let me just explain. Thank you.
It would seem.
It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head.
2 blows?
You
Indeed.
see where I'm going with this, right, Makoto? Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
It's true.
So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail.
Nice.
Okay?
Can't believe she was able to learn all that just by looking at her body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off.
That's definitely like her profession. Sorry, my record skipped for a second there.
The other day, a few weeks ago, I was talking to Priscilla and her family, and I was doing that too. I was like, or, and then she went, and I was like, how dare you, wife? How dare you? But it was really funny. Kyoko said the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. Clue. It was Colonel Mustard!
Yeah.
The magazine is upside down. Did someone put it back? Miss Muscle appears, cosplay king.
Kokoro ladies.
I'm gonna flip it over in editing and see what it says.
If something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think?
I think Hifumi did that a lot.
Is this a pickup line?
Gosh darn it.
Why are
I messed it because I zoomed up. Hold on.
Oh.
Hold on.
Welcome back to us being green back here, red in here,
That's the wrong way.
more green back there.
I refuse to move.
If something catches your eye, explore it.
Yeah, you're right. I can't move because I'll mess up the green screen. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. This is
Her hands are spotless though.
one of the pages near the center of the magazine. A word had been written in bold, bloody letters. And it said Toko.
I'm gonna kill them.
Could this be what? A dying message?
Whoever's framing Toko.
Correct.
Then it would appear you found it.
Kyoko, is this
So,
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their finger to write it.
a dying message? What's up?
Thinking.
however,
Just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it for the benefit of others who might come looking.
Hey, is that says Toko, right? I forgot Hina was here. Yeah, that looks like it. What the heck? Then she's the killer, right?
You shut your mouth.
Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet.
I won't forgive you.
It's settled. She's the killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the
Why
killer.
would she write her own name? If we ever listened to Hina during an investigation, we would all be dead. Every single time.
Daniel, it's literally Byakuya and Kyoko that carry these investigations.
Yeah.
That's literally it. I mean, you think about the crew we have left. We have Mr. The Burger was floating in midair, and then we have Miss Hina just being Hina.
How could they possibly do such a thing?
We have Toko who's over here like, I don't know, Master? We have freaking Sakura who was like, N037 doesn't make sense either.
Then we have Sakura who's over here like,
I can see why you think that, but... And there's just Makoto who's only smart because we're playing as him. It just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that much more suspicious.
I'm gonna take that as evidence that it's not Toko. Also, how would Toko take her?
Do you remember the last thing she said to click on?
This.
Yeah.
Yes.
There are shards of glass scattered around all the chairs Sakura's sitting on. The glass is all red, and the top of the bottle says bottle, right? And there's been a bottle. Top of that, near the glass is my fizz upon my hand. Oh, it was the shelf, not the actual broken bottle.
Okay.
I think Kyoko said she found a new clue involving the Monokuma bottles.
There's another piece missing, isn't there?
Something new.
Yeah, there's another bottle missing. And that one had a pawn, a rook, that one had a knight, a bishop, a king. The queen is gone. Oh, well, I mean, my queen's in Toko's room.
I feel like that was a personalized attack.
Why?
Because my queen is gone.
Oh, well, yeah. That was
been gone the whole
Oh
game.
my gosh, it's been like 8 months since that episode.
Oh my gosh, I miss her.
So did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention and you're sure to find it. They all have Monokumas inside
They all have the hex code 6B3F.
What?
That's color coding.
Oh.
The hex code. When you marry an advertiser, you'll learn a lot about color codes and stuff.
fair.
A correlation. Like she literally went in and typed in hex codes for our wedding colors
Wow.
and was like, I like this one. I was like, okay, cool. Kyoko, can't you just tell me what it is?
so,
I don't mind guiding you toward clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea.
But you've literally been right every time.
But each person needs to come to their own conclusion so that everybody can have confidence in the outcome.
It's not just because you don't trust me, right? No answer!
I do trust you to a degree, otherwise I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with.
She loves me. Only to a degree? Is that degree 360?
69.
Wow. That was the funniest number. Would you push the A button?
I'm reveling in my glory.
hey,
Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottle that's bothering me.
I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment?
You want to
Anyway.
experiment? I mean, we can experiment together.
Can you gather up all the pieces? Yeah, I was wondering if there was more than one bottle used. Can you gather? Because I was like, is she we were looking at the glass and we thought that was the thing to look at, and I was like, no way, she's gonna be like, put it together.
Are you sure it's okay for me to mess with the crime scene like that? She said gather up
That
all the
doesn't matter.
shards.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. And that obnoxious Byakuya is not here, so.
so then,
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab while I'm gone to try to gather up all the glass.
With that, Kyoko left the room.
She's gonna come back, you're gonna cut your fingers, and then she's gonna use that as evidence. Like, look, he has the bloody fingers. He wrote Toko's name in the book.
She's just playing you. It's the long game. I really don't know what this is about, but what choice do I have? I better just do it. Took the broom and dustpan and got to work collecting up all the broken bottle pieces.
Alright. Hard at work here.
And just as I finished up,
Sorry to keep you waiting.
So then,
Okay. Is everything ready? Then let's get to work.
so what kind of experiment are we doing?
We're gonna make
In other
out.
words-
I got a scale from the chem lab. We're gonna use it to compare weights.
Compare the weights of what? I already gave mine to Byakuya.
You know, pieces of glass you collected. You and Byakuya. One of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact.
Why do you want to do that? Is that a real fact, or did you just make that up?
What?
The octopus thing.
I think it's a real fact.
I love that.
I hate it.
Play's gotta play, Daniel.
That's the point
Don't
of
hate the player, hate the
experiment.
game.
That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done.
listen.
I hope there's like a mini game. Compare the weight of the two normal Monokuma bottles. Exactly the same, even though the chess pieces really shouldn't
It's
be.
balanced.
In other words,
As all things should be.
Which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same. They do that every time they leave a scene. They just fade out of existence. Mr. Naegi, I don't feel so good.
Why? Why him?
Because like he was the only one.
Which
I
makes
could
sense.
Picture using his last name instead.
That's fair. The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same, and nothing else could really affect the weight. That's another thing I don't like about Japanese, is they only refer to them by the last names. So like, in Japan, they call them Naegi, Kirigiri,
Oh.
Togami. They don't call them
Oh.
by their first names. And it's just, I'm so used to the American way.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
We'll get used to it.
Okay.
Culture. Now here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now, what might we expect to see? This is like an experiment I would do
Well,
in third
a
grade.
normal assumption would be Makoto's in third grade. Either they'll balance out or the pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and there.
so then,
Okay, then let's give it a try.
Another Japanese thing I'm gonna complain about real quick is Genocide Jill, Genocide Jack. They call her Genocide or Show, and I don't like it. I think it sounds dumb. Huh? That's all. The broken pieces are heavier? How is that possible?
There's a second bottle missing.
I knew it.
Just as I thought.
She was so calm.
I knew it.
What?
In other words,
The results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles. Put it all together,
hey,
and I believe you will arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So what do you think? It's all on you. I'm not telling you anything because I don't trust you and you're not friends anymore. Monokuma
Bottle
experiments.
experiment's been added to the truthful section here.
Already?
It's time, baby.
Oh shoot, I haven't thought about it at all.
You've been piecing stuff together. Like, you've been trying to
You
figure it
got
out.
me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring, I couldn't stay awake. Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
Doing some investigating. Continue playing.
No worries. It's already time, but the mystery of the locked room is still only half solved.
At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. No, not whatever happens. I have to make something happen.
Wow. I'll kill her myself! Alright, so...
So we can at least get to the start of the trial. I just want to see, because there is a playthrough I watched where they do the whole trial in one go.
Lovely.
It's 2 hours, yeah, so we don't have time to do it.
Monokuma made his announcement. Everyone began to meet up one after another. There's no one left. Oh my
I
gosh.
know, there's 6 people left. And then...
The ultimate martial artist! A locked room murder mystery! I love these.
what?
What the? How did you say that out loud? Oh, I just recently discovered the power of emoticons! Like, no matter how awful something is, if you toss in a smiley face, it turns positive.
Yes, indeed.
For example, you're at a picnic and you find a dead body!
Lol XD.
This is just plain creepy.
How are you even saying that?
Well,
And how about the reverse? No matter how great something is, if you put it in a sad face, it makes it look super negative.
yes, indeed.
For example, do you have 100 friends? Ooh. Oh, well, Monokuma needs 100 more friends. Only 6 of them are left.
Someone needs 100 friends. That's a joke for my Danganronpa fans, not for you.
He's right, that does make it seem sad.
I can't wait!
Now
It's like a
can't
way
wait.
future thing.
please get on the elevator. Ooh. I'll see you all down there.
I'm just gonna check that.
You wanna just like screenshot this?
I think I did in the first playthrough.
Nice. What was that?
We'll just let that. The green screen's just ugly. I know. I'm
Whatever.
sorry. I don't get it.
Just the worst.
I don't get you guys. How can you act so casual after murdering someone?
That's the whole point, girl.
Don't look at me. I don't think I'm acting casual.
After murdering someone.
Don't be I mean, I didn't murder anyone.
Yeah, I'm completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer? I mean,
Whatever.
she's the only confirmed murderer in here. Yeah. Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Because there can be no doubt one of us is the culprit.
The killer, the one that murdered Sakura. She was stronger than anyone I know. And yet, someone killed her.
It is impressive.
And that person is here? That person is one of us? I'm fine with
Talk to
starting.
people?
I'm fine with going down to this, to the trial room and whatnot if you want.
Because I didn't do it. How many times do I have to tell you? Okay.
Thanks. Come on, it's time to put an end to this. I made my way toward the elevator.
You're taking charge, Makoto.
With each step I took, I felt like I was moving further and further away from my goal. I could feel a chilling fear running through me, trying to make me rot from the inside out.
That's just Byakuya.
No matter how many times I go through this, it never gets any easier. We climbed into our steel prison in total silence. We watched the doors close.
How far apart are they all?
And felt it begin its sinister descent.
Oh man.
Look at them social distancing. The elevator lowered, uttering its all too familiar and Hiro would be the one that didn't. He would be the one that's like, I'll use the spirits to protect me.
Do you mean from like the virus?
Yeah. It fell lower and lower, and Hina's just like, wall! And suddenly, as always,
Hina's ready for this trial.
the ride was over. Dang it. The doors opened once again.
I was having so much fun. Just the 6 of you, huh? Really? That's so few, you must be so lonely. I love the hieroglyphics.
Yeah.
You like my new emoticons?
He redesigns every time. You say it like it's not your fault that we're all that's left.
I wonder, will the class trial end with one less classmate again, or will your school life come to an end completely?
Now then.
Are we ready to begin? You know the drill. Find your assigned seats.
And so the curtain opened for the 4th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. This is the only narrator that does this. The future protags are just like, it's a trial. It's a trial. Yeah, go ahead and save.
Yeah.
I'll probably end it here.
Yeah.
On this little screen. Thanks for watching.
It's been a pleasure. I don't know what to think.
Do you have any final theories?
Final theory, Toko is clear. Kyoko's clear. Hiro, I'm assuming, is clear. Like, my money's on Byakuya or Sakura right now.
Okay.
I don't see how that would play out. If... I don't know. That's my conclusion. I have no theories.
Cool.
Next time, though, I probably will.
You will, because we'll do the trial.
Yeah,
and we'll get through it without having to be like, wait for my Spanish class, because we'll start at noon on Monday and we'll be done by the time my Spanish class starts. It might be pushing it, but we'll be done.
Cool.
Cool, thanks for watching.
It's gonna be a long trial.
Yeah, they're all long.
So look forward to that week's worth of trial.
Yeah, probably. I don't know, I've been doing them 2 episodes. We'll see.
Alright.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye. I don't know what that was either, I'm sorry.
Comedy genius!